Well, good evening, everybody. It's the Cryptid Huntress. I'm Jessica Jones. Welcome into this fantastic show on this beautiful Saturday night. I think we have a full moon out there, if I'm not mistaken, this evening. And man, it's been a great weekend. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend yourselves. And we have a incredible show for y'all tonight. I have my good buddy, Mr. Javier Morales of Cryptid, excuse me, Cryptid559 here tonight. Excuse me, y'all. Woo. Woo. Oh my goodness. That's my dog. That's my hype man back there, y'all. But yeah, we have a fantastic show for you guys tonight. And I know that we had planned to have, excuse me. That is so weird, right? When we go live. I get something in my throat, y'all. We have Javier here. We had planned to have Roger from the LBO here tonight, and he canceled earlier this afternoon. So we are going on with the show tonight, and I've been wanting to get Javier on for the longest time to catch up with our West Coast dogmen out there and all the other wild and crazy cryptids they've got going on over there. And he and his team never disappoint. They've got lots of really cool encounters and reports they've taken of not only dogmen, but flying humanoids as well. Okay, so y'all buckle up, buttercups. We've got a lot to discuss tonight, and it's going to be a fantastic show. Okay, so oh yeah, if you guys missed Thursday night show, Wednesday show, Monday show, please go back and check those out. I had my good buddy Nick Sylvester here in the studio on Thursday night, and we did a lot of werewolves and vampire shows this week. So if you guys are into either of those, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. But anyways, okay. Well, if you guys would like to check out my website and stuff, please go over to the cryptidhuntress.com. You can find all of my shows over there, and anything you would like to know about me and my personal life. Just kidding. Y'all will never know anything about my personal life. I'm just kidding. Unless you join the Hunt Club, okay, and then you'll find out a few things about me. But go over to my website. I've got a calendar of events over there. I have all my shows are over there, and yeah, just go check it out. Okay, my shop is also over there as well on Etsy. It's called War Woman Goods, and I have a Patreon as well. If you guys would like to support my work, and I do appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you so much to all my channel members. And I want to thank all my moderators for being here tonight as well. I know I called for all hands on deck for tonight's show. That's when Roger was going to be here. Just in case. Listen, his backstory is actually it's a little controversial. Okay, it's a little controversial. And I know that there's a lot of people who disagree with some of the things he said, and that's fine. We can all have our opinions on stuff. I happen to like Roger. I think he's a great guy. And I look forward to having him on the show in the future. Okay, in the future. But tonight, let's get into the West Coast cryptids. So tonight, we are going on the hunt with Javier Morales of Cryptid559. We're going to discuss his team's recent experiences and reports that they've taken on dogmen, gargoyles, some kind of flying humanoids, and other creatures of the night. And I see Adolf in the chat too. I think Adolf's a part of some of this too over there. But Cryptid559 is a group who is intrigued by cryptozoology. They share their experiences of cryptids and UFO encounters and explore and investigate the Central San Joaquin Valley, searching for cryptid and UFO evidence. They are located in the Central San Joaquin Valley of California, about 30 miles west of Fresno. They are near the Yosemite National Park, Sequoia National Park, and Kings Canyon National Park. Now, if you've ever had an encounter with a cryptid in any of those areas, please let them know. You guys can find them over on their YouTube channel. It's called Cryptid559. And also, they have an email address. It's cryptid559@gmail.com. And you can contact him there. And so please help me welcome to the show my buddy, Mr. Javier of Cryptid559. What's
Hello.
up?
Hi, Jessica. Thank you again for having us on. It's always an honor to be on. Thank you. Hello, everybody in the chat.
It is,
and on
man.
YouTube.
It is so great to have you here, and you're one of my West Coast representatives over there of all things cryptid. Of course, we have Bigfoot Dwarf in the chat tonight, and Adolf as well. And you know, Bigfoot Dwarf comes on. We talk about Bigfoot over there more often than not. And and when I bring you on, we got to talk about Dogman, Bigfoot, pterodactyls, humanoids, all that stuff.
A little bit of everything, yeah.
Man, I know, right? It's been a while since I've had you on the show. How are things going over there in California?
It's been a little quiet, but recently, last month we put out a video. We were able to go out to a new location, which was a nature preserve. Just that is about I'm going to say about 30 minutes southeast from where we live. Mm-hmm. And we've never been there before. It was our first time going out to this area, and my brother had gone out there. He was doing some work, and he told me to go check it out. He goes, "You got to go check this place out because I'm pretty sure there's structures in here. You're gonna be tripping out." And he experienced something when he was out there, and I can talk about that in a little bit. But that's why we went out there. I believe it was me, Jesus, and Adolf went out there to check that area out. And that was our last video that we did until I messed up my knee, so I had to have knee surgery. So I'm recovering from that. And then my cousin Jose, he got a tooth infection, and then Jesus is also down with some illness, and so we haven't been able to get out there much. But hopefully soon we can all heal up and get back out in the field.
Oh man, it's almost like the universe is forcing you guys to take a break. Right?
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, man. I'm itching to get back out there and getting some more encounters, experience some cryptid stuff. We all are.
Oh man, well you guys need to come out to where I live over here southeastern side of the country, and I'll take you guys to some good spots out here sometime.
Yeah, you guys have some good spots out there.
We do. Yeah. Well, I've been traveling around quite a bit and getting out in the field, and yeah, I'm almost exhausted from all the traveling and stuff, but it's also so invigorating to get out there in the field. I had this weekend off. This was the first weekend I had off to take a break in a while, and it was glorious to get to sleep in this morning. Okay, but there's a dedication behind all this, and I know even when you are not in the field, you're still taking reports. Yes. And you guys have had some really cool reports. Before we get to those, I want to thank Bobby Singleton for gifting 5 Cryptid Huntress memberships to the Hunt Club. Thank you so much, Bobby. I appreciate your support. And okay, but you're still taking reports.
Yes, we are.
And have you had any kind of really cool, strange reports lately?
So we got one of a possible Dogman encounter that happened just east from where I live now, about 15 minutes east from here. That was a report that came in, and then a possible I don't know if it was a flying humanoid or a pterodactyl or some gargoyle type creature. And we have and I sent you a photo, so we have it. When we talk about it, we'll show you the photo. But those are 2 reports that I got since we were been down. We haven't been out, but yeah, luckily they emailed us and they got in contact with us, so they know about our channel. So we were able to get their story.
Ooh, okay. Well, you okay, you guys actually go out whenever you get a report. You usually will go out and investigate it and stuff, right? And
Correct.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think you said Adolf. Adolf's in the chat right now.
Hey,
And, what's up, Adolf? I know. And okay, let's talk about this flying humanoid first. I want to talk about this one first because we have a really good picture of this thing. And tell me the backstory behind the flying humanoid, which could be something like a gargoyle, it could be like a pterodactyl, it could be a UFO.
Well, it could be also, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What do you think?
So I got they contacted us, a family member that it was, I believe, a fellow oh man, sorry, a fellow friend of hers went out to take. It was the first night of the blood moon, and this gentleman wanted to take a picture of the blood moon, so he got up early in the morning, around 3 in the morning, and he went out to his backyard and to get the picture of the blood moon. And when he was gonna take the picture, he was focusing on the blood moon, and the camera had, I guess, some of the cameras have like a little box, and it's trying to focus. So this little box in the camera was trying to focus on this other thing other than the blood moon. So that's when he noticed that there was something flying around. Well, anyways, he took the picture, and in the picture it came out. You see the blood moon, and then you see it to the right. You see something flying around. So I actually went out and I actually talked to the gentleman, and I asked him, it wasn't like it wasn't an owl, because we have owls and they're pretty big. He goes, "Oh no, it was not an owl. This thing was as big as a paraglider." And I go, and it was just. And I go, "Well, did you notice feathers, or was it a bird?" Or he goes, "I didn't notice any feathers. I didn't see that." He goes, "It never like flapped its wing. It was just circling my house, and there was no noise." Again, this was at 3 in the morning in his backyard. There was no noise. He didn't hear anything, but it was just circling around the house, and it's in a neighborhood, so there's other houses, but it was just going around his house, and but he never said he heard any noise. But then he got like bad vibes off this thing, and he went back inside because he felt like this thing was gonna land on the house. He was just waiting for it to land on the house, but it never did. Luckily, he said, luckily it never did, and he couldn't go back to bed because it just freaked him out. The size this thing was.
I mean, that looks wild. I looked at it for a second and I thought, well, maybe it could be like a flock of geese or something at first because it's in a triangular pattern.
Right.
But that's not a flock of geese right there.
No.
And I was thinking about like UFOs, like some kind of a craft maybe. But I don't know. That is different right there. And you're not too far. Like you're in Fresno, where the Fresno night crawlers are. That kind of looks like a night crawler flying.
Yeah, right. But I also asked him, I could have been a drone. He goes, "No, it was no drone. There was no lights. There was no sound. No, it didn't look to me like a drone. It just said I just got some bad vibe. It was as big as a paraglider, and the paragliders are pretty big. So it wasn't. He said it wasn't a person because he knows what those look like. And I go, well, I mean, it could have been. There's reports of pterosaurs. We've seen pterosaurs, me and Jesus. So I mean, it could have been one of those. But I'm not sure. But then if the way you look at this picture, I don't know which way is the front. I'm thinking the left side is the front, the way I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
And I don't see a long beak, for like a pterosaur. It almost looks like a gargoyle-ish head on it and little feet on the back. Almost like a big back, like a huge bat. But
it does. Somebody in the chat said dragon.
I don't know.
I don't know. Dragon. I mean, it really could be anything. I mean, I like to go back out to the long shot of it, the original picture of it, and then we can kind of go back to. We can zoom in just a little bit. It's something. I mean, I don't know what this thing is.
And this thing was huge because he said it's not a bird. It's just too big to be a bird. It was bigger than an owl for sure. And He goes, it wasn't a plane because there was no engine noise, and there's nothing going on. There was no noise.
Huh. Well, so it wasn't making noise. And well, let's talk a little bit about the history behind this area and this location. I mean, just the area alone, you and your team, you have personally seen a pterodactyl in this region.
Right. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me and Jesus saw a pterodactyl back in what was it?
Wow.
I believe it was 2020 during the COVID year. Yeah, we saw it by Avocado Lake, which is about 15-20 minutes south from where we live. And this photo was taken about 15 minutes north in another town in Dinuba, California, which is about 15 minutes just south from where we live. So it's in the area. It's all in the same area.
Oh wow. I mean, what are the odds that could be something like a pterodactyl? I mean, to me, I'm not sure if that looks like a pterodactyl. We're getting a lot of reports of gargoyles, gargoyle-like creatures. You know, for a while, pterodactyls were being seen quite a bit, and they still are being seen quite a bit. But you know, I follow, what is that guy's name? Lon Strickler, I think, with Phantoms and Monsters.
Yeah.
You know, I follow him. I would love to get him on my show, but he's been posting several stories. I mean, I've seen more than one story recently of a winged humanoid.
Mm-hmm.
And why on earth would we be having winged humanoid sightings so much these days? Like, that is wild to me.
And another part of that story, he actually told me that his back neighbor actually went out around the same time to take a photo of the blood moon, and around that same time, they took the photo, but on the picture that they took, it looks like a big, huge orb.
Really? Oh my gosh. Well, what about bat squatch? Somebody asked me about bat squatch the other day, and I was like, you know, that's a good point. You know, something like a Mothman / bat squatch. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard of reports of bat squatch in our area, but you never know. I don't know. So, yeah, that was interesting that the neighbor took the photo around the same time, and then they captured a big old orb. And their photo, I seen the photo, it was just like a big, bright orb, huge orb.
Wow. Yeah, orbs. You know, I did a show a couple of weeks ago with my friend Barry Littleton, and he had given me a coordinate remote viewing target. It was a blind target of the Sphere Network. And I had never heard of the Sphere Network before, but there's a gentleman who had written a book about this and had done a lot of research. He's done a lot of research on the Sphere Network. And I think this kind of ties all these orbs in to give us kind of an idea of what these orbs are. And maybe not all of them, but I think that according to what he was saying in his book is that these things are connected because they are a surveillance system. And I don't know.
Makes sense.
It kind of does. And even the connections with the Bigfoots and the orbs and the other cryptids and the orbs, it's all a part of this surveillance system of, like, I don't know if it's ETs or what.
Yeah.
But
could be.
Yeah, could be. Sally says the dragons are coming back. Yeah, maybe so.
You never know.
I don't know. I have my own dragon encounter out in Alabama. The Alabama petrified dragon is out there. So if they're not here now, they were at some point. Moondog says bat squatch. So maybe he is saying this picture could be a bat squatch. But a low flying dinosaur, Larry says, that would be awesome. Or a flying dinosaur. Yeah, the implications of that, though, are pretty terrifying. You know, if we were to have flying dinosaurs. Well,
me and Jesus saw one. So, and then the reports go back to the 1800s in our area. It's in a book that we actually purchased, and it's actually news clippings from the LA. It wasn't the LA Times back then, but it was the LA newspaper, and it talks about they're looking for people to go hunt flying dragons in Selma, California, which Selma is about 15 minutes southwest from us, and the Kings River. The Kings River runs through our town. It talks about all that area that they wanted to go hunt these flying dragons in this area. So there's a history about the flying dragons, the pterodactyls in this area.
Let me guess. They rounded up a posse
Yep.
to go find them, right?
Yep.
Hey, what's up with Americans, guns, and posses? Why don't we do that these days, man? I want to get a posse together. You know, that would actually be a good name for a maybe not a research group, but you know, just some friends to get together. We're gonna get our posse together. We're gonna round up a posse.
There you go.
To go, look, I heard there's a dog man in my friend's backyard. Get the posse. Call the posse. You know?
Yeah.
It probably involved a lot of liquor back in the day too. I'm just assuming. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, get the posse together.
So I'm telling you, they do exist. These pterosaurs do exist, and there's probably different types of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think so. You know, I don't think there's ever like a finite, you know, answer to all of this stuff. And I think that even what I was talking about on Thursday night with my friend Nick was on the show, and I was describing to him like my Dogman encounter that I had. It didn't fit any of the, you know, the charts that were shown with like the Dogman Project has those charts of the Dogman. The thing that I saw didn't look like any of those. And so we have to always like my thought on this is like we got to keep an open mind about this stuff because it's not always like just one. It doesn't all fit in a box.
Right.
Nothing does. I think you understand that better than anybody.
Yeah, and I've had I'm going to say 2 Dogman encounters. I mean, I've talked about the first one a lot of times, but the second one, that one looked kind of weird to me, and I'm pretty sure it was a canine type, but it was just different from the first one. You know, this one was skinny, and it was on all fours, and it was on all fours. It was at least 5 feet off the ground on all fours, and it was really skinny, like I said. And when it walked at all funky, like all jointed, like it was multi-jointed, like it walked all funky. And it had no tail though, but it had a orange brown hair.
Yeah.
And it had a huge head on it, a huge head. Like it wasn't like proportioned to its body, but it had a huge head on it, and it looked canine-ish because it had a snout, and it had almost like the hyena type patches type.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was similar to that. So I don't know, that was a weird one. And that's when we started. Me and Alan was with me that time, and that's when we started feeling like something was attacking us spiritually because I started tasting metal in my mouth, and I started getting a bad headache, and then I had to do a prayer. You know, if something is attacking us negative, please, you know, in Jesus' name, take it away. And it would go away for a little bit, and then we like feel like something hit us again because they had run into the orchards, and we were walking along the orchards, and we could hear it moving closer to us, but we couldn't see it. After it went into the orchards, we couldn't see it, but we can hear it.
Oh my God. I don't know if you watched the show that night. You might have been in the chat. I mean, I've talked about this a couple of times. I went to the Land Between the Lakes, and I had an experience exactly like that, where I wasn't tasting metal in my mouth. Like I didn't get that sensory overload there, but we were getting ambushed by something really big, and there were a lot of them, and they were surrounding us. They were throwing things at us and around us, like rocks. They were pushing our vehicles, and we could not see them at all. And that is pretty typical of coming from a long time research background. It's typical, but they were literally within feet of us, and we could not see them.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up with that? You've experienced that.
Yes, it was me and Jesus. We were at another location just on the outskirts of town, and I've talked about this also. At this certain location that is eucalyptus trees, I was seeing what I call structures in these trees, and I told Jesus, let's go and check it out. So we did, and as soon as we got off the vehicle and were walking into this area, Jesus started getting bad vibes already. He goes, dude, I don't feel comfortable and we were just barely getting in, walking in, and I wasn't feeling anything. I go, "Oh, come on, are you sure?" I go, I go, "We can go back if you want. If you're not feeling comfortable, we can go take off." He goes, "No, no, no, you go ahead. I'll just stay back a little bit. You go ahead," because I was recording and he had the camera. Like the he was taking photos. So I go, "Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Just don't leave me. If don't leave me. If you're gonna take out, you better call me. Tell me to head out." So I went ahead, and he was behind me. But anyways, at one point in this area, the video is called "In the Trees" on our YouTube channel. But in this one particular area, I can hear him running away. I can hear him running. Like you can hear him running away from me. Um, and you can hear like there was a bunch of them like going up the trees. I can hear him, but I couldn't see him, and it was in the day. And I'm telling Jesus with hand gestures, start taking pictures because I'm hearing them. Just start taking pictures, and so he did. And when I go down into a little dry creek, I'm starting to go down. I can sense them. I can smell them. I'm telling you, I can hear them. I can feel that they're right in front of me. And I'm looking as hard as I can because I can feel that they're right there watching me. And I can't see them. But in the photo, there's one in the tree looking right down at me. And there's one right in front of me looking straight at me. And then there's some other black stuff on the towards the left, but I don't know. It could be another one. Like I said, I can hear a bunch of them. And when I walked down there, man, my skin, I started getting goose. My hair was standing up all over my arms. I can sense them that they were there. And luckily, Jesus caught two of them in the photo. You can see them.
Wow, that's really cool. That like they show up in our technology, but we can't see them with our naked eye. And I'm convinced that there's something with our eyes, our eyesight, that prevents us from seeing them. They're right there. I don't, because of the technology and stuff. I mean, it's not that they're going invisible and stuff. It's just because our eyes cannot comprehend what we're seeing, or they're just out of the spectrum of light. I think that's what it is. I mean, I don't know for sure, but that's what I've been told. I've been sent some documents on that. Then the government has declassified and stuff. So I think that's what it is. Okay. But I don't know. Like I say, like I never say that I know anything about anything.
Yeah.
But I know what I experienced, and I've experienced the same thing. And here's another thing. I got my night vision device. That's all I had was a rickety old night vision, and I am not dissing my night vision. It's better than nothing. You know what I mean? Like when you're in a bad situation, it's almost like a lifeline to have a FLIR, a thermal device, a night vision device, anything, so you can see, into the darkness. And so I had that night vision, and it would not focus. It would not focus. We were getting like bombarded, and the things were literally 10 to 15 feet in front of us, and I could not see them. My night vision would not focus.
Yeah, and we all experienced that. We've experienced the same thing. These creatures have something around them. I believe an energy that messes with the electronics, and we've all experienced that. In the field.
Yeah.
Cameras start acting crazy. They don't want to focus when they were working fine, and then the batteries die all of a sudden when they were fully charged. You know what I mean? Flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened to me. That night. My battery, and I was. So we were like kind of ambushed. Like me and my friend Matt were standing back to back beside the campfire for about an hour and a half. It lasted for about an hour and a half, where we got surrounded. And
I hope you didn't get hit with infrasound.
No, I did not. No,
Okay.
not like the Alabama trip. I did not. I did get hit with infrasound in Alabama twice, and I got really sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not fun.
it's not fun. No, you've been hit with infrasound, haven't you?
Well, Jesus has. We believe Jesus has, and he got really sick. And then I was reviewing the audio, and that's when I believe it hit me. It got me because I was reviewing the audio with headphones, and I think I got it through there. I got really, really sick.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Remember you telling me about that.
Yeah.
And that's really wild that it affects you. It must be a frequency thing that was caught on camera because
Yeah.
it affected you after the fact. So it's not just live. I mean, man, that makes me wonder. We hear about the programming on televisions and radio stations and the music that we hear and stuff, things that are recorded. These things can affect you when it gets into that digital recording. It's going to affect you over and over again the more you listen to it. So we got to, oh man, that says a lot
Yeah.
right there.
So when you say that, so that how it got, I wanted to hear it. We had heard a whistle, and Alan was with us that night at Snake Road, and we had heard a whistle, and it had like a sonar effect, and it echoed throughout the whole area. And with that whistle, I've talked about this before on your channel. And when I think back, when I hear the whistle, there's a baby blue light in the sky that in my head I see, but I don't remember seeing it there. It's kind of weird. But every time I talk about the whistle, the image of a baby blue light in the sky comes to my head. But anyways, it was a whistle, and it echoed throughout the whole area, and that's when Jesus got sick. And then so I had audio, we had video going that night, and we had audio voice recorder going. And on the video, you could barely hear it. As loud as it was, they should have picked it up because it was loud. For us, it was loud. We all heard it, and like I said, it echoed throughout the whole area. But the video camera barely picked it up. It was like a faint, you could barely hear it. So then I go, okay, let me check the voice recorder. And on the voice recorder, the same thing. You could barely hear it. So I was looping it over and over, and I had headphones. And I think that's what messed me up. I got hit.
You were a glutton for punishment. That's what that was. And you didn't know it. You had no idea at the time.
No.
Godson is wild. So you were just like getting hit over and over and over again.
Yeah. So that's a weird story because that day I was miserable that whole day, and my wife was getting worried. I'm going to take you to ER. And then I had taken a nap, and I was dizzy all freaking day. I was not feeling nauseated. I wanted to throw up all day. I just couldn't focus, and I wasn't feeling good at all. And then, towards the end, when my wife, I think it was in the evening, she go, I'm going to go ahead and just take you to ER. Something's going on. I go, just give me a minute. Just wait a little bit. And then she went out of the room, and then I said a prayer. Something just told me to say a prayer, and I said a prayer. If something negative or dark energy is attacking me, is this a spiritual attack? In Jesus' name, take it away. And all of a sudden, I needed to throw up, so I rushed to the sink, or to the sink, and I coughed like I was gonna throw up, and I coughed like 2 times, but nothing came out. But after that, everything was gone. All the symptoms were gone, like that.
Wow. I mean that would actually suggest that this is spiritual as well as physical and energetic, spiritual, physical, all of it. Wow.
Yeah, and people won't. I mean, I tell that story here and there, but I know it's hard for people to understand. But I like to share my experiences because it does happen. And then, like, if somebody, I hope nobody gets attacked with infrasound. But if you do, say a prayer. I mean, it'll help. I'm telling you, it'll help.
It does. Listen, I have definitely done.
You have to believe in it. You have to believe in it.
That's right. You have to really mean it. Okay,
yeah.
Really mean it. And trust me, when you are really sick and hurting like that, you're gonna mean it. Okay. Yeah. Pops Gary Spike Sr. is in the chat. Thank you so much, Gary, for being here. And to all my other moderators, all my friends in here, thank you all so much for being here. Gary says, infrasound knocked me unconscious. Okay. It made me vomit and think that I had food poisoning. Okay. Yep. Like that's how bad. I mean, it could have been way worse for me. It was bad, but it could have been way worse. Okay. I think it could have been worse. Could have been embarrassingly worse.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I'm not sharing what I was going, my body was going through, because it's kind of embarrassing. But there was other symptoms going on that I couldn't control.
It's like an explosion. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
Hmm.
you guys can use your imagination, y'all. Okay, your body is rejecting something is what it is, and it is very much like getting food poisoning. Yeah. So I mean, but I feel like, and this is for entertainment purposes only. There's a lot of this like frequency manipulation. Let's just say that's going on in our everyday lives, and and I'm all about talking about our everyday lives and kind of connecting the dots to like our cryptid research and stuff, and like how the things that we're experiencing out there we experience in our everyday lives. And I think that some of this frequency manipulation is not only we're getting a heavy dose of it out in the field when we're doing our cryptid research, but we're also getting that at home too. You know what I mean? And like in our everyday lives. So it just there are signs to look for and to be aware of. Um, and I'm not even convinced that it's the cryptids that are doing this to us. Someone in the chat, I think it was Mother Goose, had mentioned that Fresno has 2 military airports, so deep underground military bases are maybe underneath, and maybe cryptids too. That's a good observation, Mother Goose. Thank you so much for that comment right there.
Yeah, we've heard a lot about underground bases. We're trying to figure out in what area, trying to pinpoint. We have an idea of like where one might be, but we're not 100% sure. And
Well,
maybe that's yeah,
you don't got to go poking around places. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But the possibility is real that
yeah.
there's stuff like that going on out there, and that's what I thought. I actually had a friend of mine who contacted me and said, when I got hit with that infrasound in Alabama, I was told that I was most likely being saved, like my life was being saved from an imminent attack on
Mm,
something that was out there. Like I got hit, so I'd get out of there because there was kind of something that was very dangerous, like a dogman. And this is a place where there's high dogman activity out there. Someone's actually been found dead out there at that camp that I was at, ripped apart. Okay, so yeah, I know I'm dumb for going out there, but somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do this research, right, Javier?
yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, people look at me all weird, and when I'm sharing not my family, not anymore. Now they're believing me now, but when I share my stories to strangers, they kind of look at me all a little bit weird. But hey, I like doing it.
I mean, I just want to see things for myself.
Yeah,
You know, I want to experience this stuff. I'm already neck deep in it.
and
There's
it's
no
like,
turning back.
I just wanted, when we first started, I just wanted to see a Bigfoot. I just want to have an encounter, and all of a sudden, we start getting all this activity. It's like we were a magnet for it. It's like, what happened? But I don't know. But that's how the channel started.
Yeah, that I started off almost all of us. I'm not going to speak for everybody, but with myself and a lot of people that I know, we started off looking for Bigfoot, okay, and finding Bigfoot. And so now it's like and it's not just finding Bigfoot. There's a whole lot of other stuff we're finding out there, just like you.
Yep.
And it's almost like, okay, so I found this. I've got the courage and the ambition to go out and find Bigfoot. Now I want to go see a dog man. It's getting a progressively more dangerous and
Yeah.
more exciting. Bigfoot's exciting, but then once you find it and you establish they're real and you communicate with them and all that, now it's like, let's go to the next thing.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Did
Yep.
you stumbled across Dogman though, right? You weren't really looking for it.
No, we had just gotten the some night vision goggles, not it was just your low end night vision goggles. So we were trying to get a feel for them. And yeah, we were out by the bridge by Avocado Lake, and I just turn around and I see it behind us, and it's like, what? And I thought it was Bigfoot, honestly. Like I said, I thought it was Bigfoot. Huge thing. Took off running on all fours, and then it went over they climbed the side of the hill, and then it went on all fours like a spider over the ridge, below to the ground, and But that's when I saw it. When it was crawling. When it grabbed to the side of the hill, it turned its head, and that's when I saw the snout and the pointy ears and the fangs. And I go, "What the? It's not a Bigfoot. It's a dog-headed. That's a werewolf." You know,
Wow.
that was a dogman.
A werewolf. Oh my gosh. Well, that's really interesting because, you know, when you go to, let's just say, the BFRO website, the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization website, it's bfro.net. And you go in and you type in, and I'm only using this as an example because I experienced this too. Like a lot of the investigations that people will call, you know, they think that it's a Bigfoot, but it turns out it's probably a dogman. But on the BFRO website, when you go to the state that you're looking into, you go to the county, you pull those up, and the county that I used to live in, Paulding County, in Georgia, a good number of those reports are actually dogmen on the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization website. And so, I mean, I'm not saying that, like, I guess they've been around longer than the dogman organizations have been around, you know, but a good majority, some of those are dogmen reports on that. There's almost like a thin line, you know, between them. There's not a thin line. I mean, they do look a lot different than each other, but at the same time, they do report those, and I give props to BFRO for that. Thank you for reporting those and taking those reports, even if they're not a Bigfoot.
Yeah, and I wasn't familiar with the term dogman at that time. I've never heard of any encounters in our area, you know, from this area at all. And then when I saw that, I remember I went back when we got reception. I got home and I texted Alan right away, and it was like at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And I told him what I saw, and he goes, "Oh yeah, they've been being reported for a long time." And I go, "What?" I go, "I've never heard. Well, people aren't going to talk, you know, about that." But he was able to. People, or you know, he's been in it longer than I have in the research field, and he has heard more stories than I have. So yeah, he told me, "Oh yeah, they're around." Like what?
Oh yeah. So Alan, if you guys wonder, Alan has been on the show before. He's with Squatch Zone. Y'all remember Squatch Zone? Alan, we talked about the Bigfoot forest ninjas. That was,
yeah,
I love how he describes Bigfoot. He calls them forest ninjas.
yeah, yeah.
And that actually goes with dogmen too. I'd say they're forest ninjas.
Yeah, and they're fast and they're stealth. They don't make the one that I saw didn't make a noise at all, and it moved funny, like it was skipping frames. Like I don't know what's going on, but it was stealth. It didn't make a sound at all. Luckily, I saw it and I just kept my eyes on it. I never broke visual until it went over the hill.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you know, if they want to stay quiet, they will. But if they want you to know they're there, they're loud. And so I think that's what happened with us. More criminals in the chat. What's up, Matt? Matt's here. Matt is the person that was awake out of our camp. He and I were sitting around the campfire 2 a.m. On a Friday night. And we got ambushed, and they were so loud. And so it showed me that they just wanted they wanted to elicit some fear out of us. And they wanted us to get out of there. I think they wanted us to go wake up all of our friends and get the heck out of Dodge, but we didn't. They were like, they saw how psychotic we were, and so they were like, they're not leaving. They're crazy. Yeah, we're like, no, we came here for this, you weirdos. So, right. But yeah, it was a wonderful experience, but it was also scary. It was. I'm not gonna lie. Matt knows it was a little scary. And he's a big dude. Okay, Matt is like, I would hire him as my bodyguard if I had the budget. Okay, and if he agreed. But anyways, yeah. So anyway, yeah. It's if they want to stay quiet, they will. They are forest ninjas. But also they will not. They will be loud too. Hold on. Let me get this comment up. Absolutely. Yes. Look, when I get a budget, I was joking around about needing a budget yesterday because I was talking about, or I guess it was Thursday. Somebody asked me about a gentleman that wanted to come on my show, but then he kind of switched things around, said he needed me to pay him.
What?
And he's famous. He's a famous guy.
Oh, okay.
And, he suggested that I pay him to come on my show, and I was like, well, I need a budget for that. So I don't have Yeah,
What?
as soon as I get a budget, I will bring that dude on the show, and I will also hire a werewolf security team, or I'll just get Matt will do too. Matt, you're awesome. I'll bring you. I'll hire you my head of security. Okay. But yeah, I need a budget, I guess. I don't know. This disclosure, man, I didn't know. Like, I didn't even know that people wanted money to talk about disclosure stuff. I didn't know that, I guess, but I'm learning. Okay.
I don't charge.
You and I don't charge, Javier. That's the problem, I guess. We don't charge. We talk for free. And because that's why I mean, that's not the only reason I but like you do this because you love it. You go out there, your boots on the ground, and this stuff costs us money to go out there and do.
Yeah. And I like to share my experiences. I don't need to get paid for it.
Exactly. We do it because we love it.
Yeah.
And oh look, we got Alan in the chat. Hey Alan. Thank you for being here. Oh yeah, Squatch Zone. Y'all go over there and subscribe over to Squatch Zone too. As well as Cryptid559 on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good buddy. He's I guess I can say he's my mentor when I started this stuff. Yeah. That's who I would go to.
He's a good mentor to have too. And Alan's actually an OG of the Bigfoot world. Okay, because he's been out there doing a lot of research for decades, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, he has.
I've got people in here saying they'll be my bodyguards.
There you go.
Yay! Okay, we're gonna have a bodyguard meetup one day. Okay, I'm gonna invite all of y'all. Anybody wants to be a bodyguard? I need you.
You're gonna take him to a test area.
If you could shapeshift, it's even better. I'm just kidding. Oh my God, I know. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. I get a little more footloose and fancy free talking to the audience some Saturday nights. But anyways, okay. So let's get back to the cryptids out there. Okay, because that is fantastic. Thank you for sharing that picture with us of that flying humanoid looking thing. Whatever that is.
Whatever it was,
Whatever that is.
Yeah, and the other thing I wanted to talk about was that nature preserve that we went to. And so what happened with that was my brother was working in that area with he teaches a group of kids, wildland forestry. So he kind of teaches that, and he had a group of students with him, and they were in that area, and they were clearing out the trails, clearing them up. And my brother, he knows what I do, and he has experiences like with paranormal, more ghostly stuff. He's experienced all that, so he understands what we're talking about and everything. So when he got to this place, he told, he just mentioned it. For some reason, it came to him that he needed to let his students know, hey, if you hear your name called or if you hear a whistle, don't go to it, okay? Just stick with us, stick with the group. And the students, were like, what? What are you talking about? And they were like, just listen to me. If you hear a whistle or if you hear your name called, do not go to it. Just stick with the group. And that's all he said. He goes, you guys go do your own research about it and what I'm talking about. But so they went on and did their thing. At the end, they were packing up the gear, putting the stuff in the vehicles, and they were close to a creek. And all of a sudden, he had two students with him, and they were putting the stuff in the vehicle, and he was with them. All of a sudden, they hear a whistle from behind them. And the two students stop and look at each other. My brother heard it, but he acted dumb. And the students told my brother, like, hey, did you hear that? He goes, yeah, the whistle? Yeah, it was a whistle, like you said. He goes, yeah. It came from across the creek. He goes, yeah, we just came from there. Who is it? They were asking him like all these questions, like, who is it? He goes, I don't know. We just came from there. Everybody's over here. I don't know what it was. That's why he goes, what do you know? And this and that. And he goes, I'm not, you guys go do your own research about it. I'm not going to say anything. But they turned like, they were scared after that. So my brother told me about that incident. He goes, you guys need to come out here. You guys need to come and check this out. Check this area out. So we did. It was me, Jesus, and Adolf. So we went out there. We did the video. That was the last video that we posted. And sure enough, when we got there, I mean, at that time, when we got there, there was a lot of people in this area. They were hiking, and there was a lot of people hiking. But anyways, we try to stay away from them, the big groups, and do our own thing. And when we got there, I started seeing right away a lot of what I say are cryptid structures. And in the video, you'll see what I'm talking about. And yeah, a lot of evidence for sure. There's cryptids out there. Could be Sasquatch, could be Dogman. I mean, it could be other, but for sure there is something there.
Something whistling.
Yeah,
whistles. A lot of these things whistle. What's up with that? The mimics, I don't know what it is, the S walkers, whatever.
Yeah.
There's things out there that'll whistle, and maybe it's just to get our attention. Maybe it's for them to communicate with each other. I mean, I've heard Bigfoots whistle and stuff, like when they're triangulating, I guess they're trying to see where each of them are, I think. Or each of them is. That's how you say that.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. But whistling is a thing. Now, we're told not to ever whistle in the woods. Now, have you whistled in the woods?
Yeah, I always do it when we're out at night. Try to get a reaction. Try to get a reaction. Yeah, well, I do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't disappoint either.
Well, I hate to say that, but yes, we've had people that have done that before too in the woods. It does get results.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. And I know people have told me not to do it. I know.
But you do it anyways.
Yeah.
I was with a group of guys one time up in Tennessee, and the guys had gone back in this cave, and they decided, one of the guys decided to whistle. I think their ropes had run out, so they couldn't go further back in that cave. And they shined their flashlights towards the back, like straight ahead. And one of the guys whistled, like a pell crawler peeked his head out from around in the shadow.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and I think one of them got that on camera. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know. If you want results, if you're doing research, whistle. Do all the stuff people say don't do.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're a different breed, okay? Some of us are a different breed. We ain't scared. But nonetheless, yeah, it can be kind of wild out there. And so you're very aware of your surroundings. Like Javier, you and your team, your family, your cousins, your teammates, everybody, y'all have pretty much experienced everything. Y'all have such a high concentration of a variety of cryptids out there. Why do you think that is? Why do you think there's so much of a variety?
I've been told that there's a huge portal here in the valley. That here in the Central Valley is a huge portal. There's multiple portals. Granite. There's a lot of quartz in the mountains here. That has probably something to do with it. Just the area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think you're right. Somebody in the chat had asked if they'd heard of a Dogman or Bigfoot, any kind of cryptid crying. Mm-hmm. And Alan, of all people, Alan says, I've heard Bigfoot crying. And he says, a baby one. And wow, that is really interesting. That's not something you hear about often. So that was a good question. I think, have you ever heard a cryptid cry? I've heard him scream that sounded like a cry, but have you ever heard that?
Me, myself, no.
Oh, yeah. Mother Goose says, no whistling, no wearing red. I never wear red out in the field. I'm always trying to be camouflaged. even though the camouflage does not matter. Okay. The cryptids are not going, they can see you. They can see you by your energy and your heat signature. I'm sure. They're like the predator out there. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes when it's not always cryptids that we come across, it's sometimes something in the sky. Men in Black, probably. I don't know. That is just, I don't know. That is crazy, the stuff that we come across.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Joe Parker, thank you for being here. You're funny. Mitch says, sad country Bigfoot song. That would make a Bigfoot cry. Yes. Do you know what you get when you play a country music record backwards? Javier, have you ever heard that?
No.
You get your house back, you get your car back, you get your dog back, and you get your wife back.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, I'm from the South. I listen to a lot of country music. It's funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, how about this? Let's talk about that Dogman sighting that you just took a report on.
Yeah, they emailed me. Yeah, I got an email on that. This person came across our channel and they found out that we're here in the valley. So they wrote to me about their encounter, and it's actually where me and my family had our UFO triangular encounter back in the late 80s. It's another town that's southeast from where I live now. I grew up out in the country and surrounded by citrus orchards. And there's another little town called Orosi, California. So this was east of Orosi, about 5 minutes east of Orosi, California. They wrote in the email, and they said back in I believe it was the early 2000s, they would walk to school, but they had, between the school and their house, there was an orchard of citrus, and sometimes after school, the kids would run through the orchard to get to the house. This person and the group of friends. But one time, this person was alone and ended up going through the orchards. But then he felt that something was watching them. And when he turned back to the orchards, he saw a black figure hiding behind an orange tree. He could see the legs, but he said the legs looked like they were canine-ish. They were a canine type. And it was standing on two legs, and as he was looking up the tree, you can see the arm was all black and hairy, but the tree was covering its head. You couldn't really see the head, but that's when they had their first encounter with this creature. And then they kept having this encounter. It kept staying around this orchard, so they kept encountering it. And then that group of friends ended up going through the orchard, and they had seen it also. So they gave me the location. Hopefully when we're all healed up, we can go make a video in that area. I want to go back and see the area. But I did grow up out in that area. I know what they're talking about. We're in the valley. This is ag land, so we have all these citrus orchards. I know what they're, and I'm used to be running around in citrus orchards when I was a kid. It's kind of eerie at times.
Well, yeah. I mean, you've actually given us several reports of dogmen, and I want to say Bigfoot too, but I know definitely dogmen in the citrus orchards.
Yeah, and then Alan and Adolf encountered one by Avocado Lake, behind Avocado Lake, because there's a lemon orchard behind there, and that's where Adolf actually saw his dogman encounter back in the lemon orchard, back in there. Yeah.
Adolf just said that he actually heard whistling when he was fishing. Hold on, let's see. He went to Dinky Creek, is where. Oh, my best friend, Mr. Politis. He just loves me. But anyways, I don't know if you heard about that. But anyways, Mr. Missing 411 said that I think there's several reports of missing people out of the Dinky Creek area.
Yes, correct.
I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Adolf heard whistling out there today when he was fishing.
Oh man, I hope you weren't by yourself, buddy.
Uh-oh. Adolf, you better be careful. Okay. be careful out there. But he knows the risk. Listen, Adolf has already had a major experience out there. Now, is that where Adolf had his 10? What is I can't
No,
remember the date. 10
10
11 02.
yeah, no, that's a different area. It's on the
Okay.
way. It's on the way. Yeah.
Okay. Did I get that number right? I
Yeah,
don't
10 11
know.
02.
Okay.
Where he had that happen was Port Wright Reservoir, which is up a ways, about another 30 minutes or so up from Pinky Creek.
Oh my gosh. If you guys haven't watched that documentary yet, please go watch it. Adolf and his two friends had a harrowing experience out there when they went camping on a weekend. And it spans the whole spectrum of UFO, alien abductions, Bigfoot, all that happened to them. And there's an excellent documentary. Go check it out, y'all. And,
Adolf's had a lot of experiences. Yeah, he has.
Adolf's been on the show before. Adolf, you need to come back. Okay, come back. We'll talk again. Yeah. And I want to hear some more. I know that Adolf actually hangs out with Alan. You guys all hang out, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And have some great encounters together. Some good stories.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about why are dogmen often seen in a citrus orchard? You would not think that dogmen would be eating citrus. Do you think they're eating the citrus off these trees?
I can see Bigfoot. I don't know about Dogman. I mean, there is a lot of wild boar out here. Wild boar, and then you got coyotes, and you got all these other smaller animals, rabbits, jackrabbits. I can see him eat, I can see him eat that. I don't know about the fruit. I mean, I don't know.
Oh God. Robin's talking about reptilians out there, I think. I don't know. Reptiles love the hot California sun out here. Dragon territory. I don't know. When we were talking about those fires that happened out there a couple of years ago, a lot of wildfires. We're having a lot of wildfires in Georgia right now, which is very unusual.
Really? Was it activity picking up in your area before the fires?
Well, the fires are down in South Georgia, and I live more in North Georgia, so I don't know. Could be.
I mean, that could be a way of getting rid of them, pushing them out.
Too.
Yeah.
It could be. Well, that's what my friend Nick Sylvester came on the show, and he talked about reptilian hives, like reptilian humanoid hives in California. This is for entertainment purposes only, again. But he talked about how that there was some kind of he thought maybe there was some kind of program to like wipe those hives out and stuff, and to like flush them out of the areas. They had taken over the Los Angeles area, I think. And I mean, listen, anything is possible at this point. Anything is possible. But
yeah, there's supposedly a reptilian underground city under LA. So
yes,
I haven't seen it.
It's the lizard people city, and there's documentation of that.
Yeah,
there's documentation of it, and but they try to say that it's actually humans that were just had to go underground. I don't know. I think it was probably reptilians. Well, I don't know. The reptilians, they don't have to be underground anymore. They can just shapeshift. Mm-hmm. Oh man. Okay, let's get back to Dogman in the citrus though.
Yeah. Okay,
the citrus. So is there wildlife that runs through these citrus orchards, like wild hogs and
wild hogs,
like possums, and I don't know. Do y'all have possums and armadillos?
Possums, no armadillos.
Possums.
Yeah, possums, jackrabbits. What else?
Raccoons, skunks.
Raccoons, skunks, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the citrus, it's a good cover. They could actually go inside of these orange trees, go actually inside and hide, and you wouldn't be able to see them.
Oh man. Okay, so by cover you mean like the leaves?
The leaves, and
shade and cover. So
yeah, when I was a kid, we used to play hide and seek in the orchards, and I used to go inside these huge orange trees, and I'd climb inside the trunk, and you can see your friends around the tree, but they couldn't see you inside. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, okay, so they provide cover, and also dogmen are known to be in the trees, like climbing the trees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So could be
Yeah.
that.
That reminds me of another area that we went to, and I don't know if I've talked about it before, but it's just outside of town, and another area with eucalyptus trees. And I had seen structures out there, so it was just right next to the road, and I took my cousin that time to go check it out. So we park, and no, it was Jesus, and we park, and we're taking pictures of these structures and these X's and these eucalyptus trees, and all of a sudden when we get off, no, that was the other. I'm sorry. So that time, this is the second time when I was with Jesus in that area.
Okay.
We were just taking pictures. We were just following up. But anyways, that time, this truck passes, and I'm telling you, we're right next to the road. This truck passes and stops, and I was recording, and I stopped recording because the truck stopped as it passed us, and then started reversing towards us. And I go, oh man, I go, let's see what this gentleman wants. So I stopped recording. So then the gentleman in Spanish was talking to us. He asked us, what are you guys taking pictures of? And me and his sister, oh, we're taking pictures of the trees and some birds up in the trees. That's what we told him. He goes, oh, you're not looking for that dog in the tree? And me and Jesus look at each other like, what? What did you say? Yeah, there's a dog that goes up in the tree. I've seen it a couple of times at night. And he goes, it's a big dog that goes and climbs the trees, and it's up in the trees. And me and Jesus were like, what the heck? And that's what we were out there for. And he goes, yeah, I've seen it. And he goes, there's also a huge type bird up in the trees at times that comes in this area. There's a big bird that goes in those trees. And I go, what? And me and Jesus, we were just shocked with what he was telling us. And we never got his information. I wish we could have got his information so we could talk to him a little bit more. But then he said, oh, okay, gotta go. I'm working, so I gotta go. I just wanted to see if you guys were looking for that dog.
Whoa, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. You know, I have this picture. This is AI, y'all. This is not a real picture. I don't think anyone could ever get a picture this good of a dog man in a tree. Okay. But I made this other day with my AI. Okay. And this is what I imagine they kind of look like. That's a skinny, scrawny one. Okay, but it's a dog in a tree. Can you imagine? You know, they say that there are certain types of dogs, like, I don't know if it's coyotes or what. Somebody said that in the chat the other day. There are some dogs that do climb trees. And maybe it's not very high up, but I don't know. I've never seen a dog climb a tree.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't either, but So that was that second time we went out there. The first time it was me and my cousin, and when we got out there, right away I got a stench of rotten meat. It was bad.
Did you?
And I told my cousin, start taking pictures of the dark areas. There's something out here. I had a sense. And we did a video. The video's on our channel. And anyways, so yeah, in the photos, we actually captured this, looks like a dog-headed creature looking right back at us. Right, it was right in front of us. And it comes out in the photos.
Wait, it came out in the photos, but you couldn't see it?
You couldn't see it. I can smell it. It smelled like rotten meat.
It smelled like rotten meat.
Yeah.
Yet another account of being able to smell it. You know it's there. You can't see it, but then you take a picture and you can see it in the picture later.
Yeah. And it was in the dark. And it's always in the dark areas, you know, the shadows. They're in the dark areas.
Always in the shadows. Man,
yeah.
That's pretty wild. Yeah, you know, and there's also times where we see their eyes, but you can't see their bodies as well. Yeah, there's a case that my friend David Pardue is in the chat. What's up, David? I saw David in here earlier. And he one of his main research areas, he's up in North Carolina. And you know, the Uwharrie area, and that area has been made very well known in the Bigfooting community by that show Finding Bigfoot. They kind of ruined it, the area. They didn't ruin it. Okay, I don't say they ruined it, but you know, they kind of oversaturated it with tourists.
Oh, okay.
I guess and I say tourists, I say that kindly, y'all. I don't mean to like knock it. Okay. But people who are the longtime researchers out there were pretty perturbed by that. But anyways, it's the same at any location, y'all. Okay, of places where we research. We don't want everybody to know about our research areas because it gets oversaturated with stuff, and then the cryptids will leave.
Yep.
They won't stay there anymore. And but anyways, oh dang it, I just lost my train of thought because I just got so off on a tangent there. Oh, the eyes. That's it. Okay, so we're out there. Let me take this picture down. So I'm out there in this URI area in the national forest in an undisclosed location out there, and we are seeing self-illuminating eye glow out there, and it were at least three of them for sure, probably more, but we saw three definitely. Big, what we would consider to be Bigfoots, with the different color eye glow, white, green, orange. I think were the colors, or like a reddish orange, and we couldn't see their bodies really, but we could see their eyes, and that's often the case, right? And have you guys experienced a lot of the self-illuminated eye glow?
Yes, one time we were back at the bridge where I had my Dogman encounter, and these huge eyes were at the top where I had seen the Dogman go over the ridge. This is where I was seeing these amber colored, they look like eyes, and I was telling Jesus at that time, hey, he had the camera, and I go, video that and let me know if it blinks, like if the eyes go like this. And as soon as I said that, they went like that and they went back up.
Oh,
I was like, what the heck? Okay, those are eyes, and they were huge amber colored eyes. They were really big, and it was about the size of the Dogman that I saw. I'm pretty sure it was that.
Ooh. Man, I'm hearing more and more accounts and encounters of people having coming face to face with things like Dogmen that have blue eyes, red eyes, green eyes, like all the different colors, kind of like humans. I guess we all have different eye colors, but
these were bright. I know what you're talking about, because these were bright amber color. There was no light hitting it, and it was just illuminated like bright. And then it went like that and back up again. Like, what?
Whoa, that's wild.
And again, we couldn't see the head. I couldn't see the body. I just saw the eyes. Well, I'm saying there were eyes, and it just went like that.
Whoa, I've seen that before too. Okay, let's see. Bigfoot Dwarf says, have the California wolves made their way to that area? I wonder.
I saw a report today of the gray wolf, or I think it was, I don't know, but I did see a report today, something that it's near our area right now. It's around our area.
So they probably have. And you're right there about all these national parks too. And I was actually so I did so much research and stuff, and I was so ready to talk. I was actually ready to talk to Roger from the LBL, this man who claims, and I've met the guy, I've talked to him, not in person, but I've talked to him. He seems pretty cool, you know what I mean? And but he claims that he was actually at this Land Between the Lakes national. It's not a national park; it's a recreation area. There's a distinction. It's not the same as a national park, but it is on federal land. Okay, and he claims that he was actually there with that family who was attacked and mauled to death by 2 dogmen back in 1982. He's got the exact date. He's got an entire account of it, and I don't know. It's like I said, I've done a lot of research into this, and I'm like I said, I was kind of ready to talk about that tonight. But I want to talk about like the national parks and stuff, because I know that one of his things he likes to discuss is like the fact that in these national parks, the government is fully aware that these creatures live there, and dare I say they may have been put there by the government, or maybe they've been corralled there. I don't know. You're like I said, you're in between like what, 3 national parks basically.
Yeah, Yosemite National Park, Kings Canyon National Park, and then you have Sierra. What was the other one? Kings Canyon, Yosemite.
Yosemite.
Yeah, Yosemite.
Hold on. What the other
Yeah.
one? I was looking at your bio.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm drawing a blank. I just
Kings Canyon, Sequoia. Did you say
Sequoia.
Sequoia?
There you go, Sequoia
Yosemite,
National Park.
Kings Canyon, and Sequoia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
I know your area better than you do. I'm just kidding. I don't know anything. I've never even been over. I've never been to that part of the country. I mean, I've been to LA, but you're pretty far from LA, aren't you?
Yeah, we're about 4.5 miles north of LA.
Yeah, 4.5 hours or miles?
Four and
Hours?
a half hours.
Hours. Ugh.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a long way. I used to go to LA and Santa Monica like once or twice a year to go see my best friend moved out there
Oh,
when
okay.
after college. So
Yeah.
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 I used to go. Listen, I love Santa Monica. I'm not a fan of LA. Sorry, Bigfoot dwarf. I'm not a huge fan. I went to the wrong parts. Okay. Yes, I went to the clubs and stuff, and we were young. I was very young back then. Okay, but anyway, uh, yeah, I have family that lives out there too, by the way. But but
Yeah.
anyways, I digress. Okay, so these national parks, we've actually talked about the homeless population potentially getting attacked by some of these creatures out there
Yeah.
in LA. And
Mhm.
and then some of the homeless population getting kind of pushed out into the suburbs and out into some of these national parks, and then them going disappearing and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
that's gotta be kind of wild out there and very tragic.
Yeah. I got reports of that too, and I've talked about this on your show before.
Mhm.
Sacramento area. That's what I heard
You know,
from the homeless being attacked, but I haven't been able to go up there. So Sacramento's
Mhm.
about 3.5 miles north from. I mean, yeah, 3.5 hours from us, north of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adolf says national parks are there for a reason to protect things and the areas of beauty, to keep things in and to keep things out, maybe, or to, I don't know. I just feel like that it's a place to keep. It's like a nature preserve for dogmen and Bigfoot. So, okay, Roger actually believes that it may be a place, and I haven't brought him on the show yet. Okay, but I think that what his thought is that that's a place where the government or an agency or some faction is kind of keeping these very dangerous war, let's say war machine, is that a word? Let's like war machines, like super soldiers basically, in places like that. And then like we're out there taking our families to these areas and our children, we're camping out. When Matt and I were getting ambushed that night by whatever that was, it was invisible that we couldn't see, but it was surrounding us and it was loud, and they were throwing rocks, and they pushed Martin Groves in his truck. Okay, they pushed his truck at least twice while he was in there
Oh,
sleeping, and right in front of us we could see we could see it, but we couldn't see what was doing it.
oh, okay.
And so just thinking that we're taking kids out there, and I didn't take kids out there to the LBL. I would probably not take my son there.
Mhm.
He's 11. He's about to be 12. I don't think that that's an appropriate place to take a child. Not after what I experienced. There was actually a man who had 3 kids that was tent camping about 50 yards from us or so, or maybe a little further. And while we were getting ambushed, I was like, I told Matt, I was like, I'm glad that the attention's on us because it's not on those children over there.
Were they there
Yeah.
the next day?
I think they left. They may have come back, but in the morning I was told that they left. I
Oh,
think
okay.
I had to sleep late the next day because I was so tired.
Yeah.
We stayed up till about 4:30 that morning. So I actually went in my truck and I locked the doors. Not that that matters. If something wanted to get me, it would rip my doors off. Okay,
Yeah.
so but I felt safer in there with that.
Of course.
Uh,
Yeah. Of course.
but when it comes to like these national parks, these recreation areas, these state parks, we've got kids out there and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep. Yeah. I tell everybody that I know, be aware of your surroundings when you guys go out there. Especially if you have kids, keep an eye on them, keep them close to you. I always tell them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's important to just be safe, be aware of your surroundings, and just watch your children. Okay, and it's not just these creatures out there, and like we don't hear a lot of reports in these national parks about people getting mauled to death and stuff like that today. I mean, there are certain cases, and they do revolve around the land between the lakes, actually, and the place in Alabama where I go. I actually am kind of magnetized at places like that because that's where I want to go do my research. Okay, um, but
Yeah.
but that's not a place that I'd want to take my child to.
Right.
He's going to stay with grandma that weekend. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. He ain't going with me on this.
Yeah.
But wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go up to Yosemite. Just haven't had the chance to get up there, and explore that area.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, is it I'm thinking of Yellowstone. That's not the same. I'm
No.
thinking of Yellowstone. I've done some research on the Yellowstone. They got Gugway up there. A lot of missing hikers. Now those parks that you live around have a lot of missing people as well, right?
Correct. Yosemite is the number one, according to David Politis. Yeah, missing
My
411.
best friend. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah, that's the number one hotspot area.
Yeah. Well, that sucks. Okay, it sucks that that's the case out there. I'm sure there's a lot of explanations as to where some of those people could be going, but I don't know. What do you think? Could there be a cryptid connection to those people going missing?
Yeah, for sure. From what I experienced, well, all of us experienced, I think so. It's not all of it, but it's part of it. I think.
Yeah. Okay, this is wild. Okay, I wanted to pull this chart up tonight because I know this may not have anything to do with anything. And I'd like to preface these things that I show sometimes just to be like, I don't know what this has to do with anything. But I'm starting to notice I'm really good at pattern recognition, connecting the dots and stuff. And I've noticed there's all these Department of Energy buildings around the United States. And I'm learning that some of these buildings actually have admittedly have large ion colliders underneath them. And they work with CERN. Okay. They work with CERN in Switzerland on projects. There's one in East Tennessee for sure. There's one up at Brookhaven Labs in New York. Well, I haven't really looked on the West Coast, but I want to pull this map up. Let's just look because I just thought of this. I do have this map actually. Let's see. Now, it doesn't look like there's any by where you live because those are more in the northern, like the northwestern side, I guess.
Right.
Of California.
That's up north, probably San Francisco area. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Where's that one?
Well, this is the SLAC National Accelerator Laboratory.
Okay.
Those would be the closest to you. Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory.
That's up north from us. The Sandia. What does that say? Sandia?
It says SLAC National Accelerator Laboratory. Oh yeah, Sandia. That's right. It does. The Sandia National Laboratory.
That's interesting.
Sandia.
Yeah.
Why is that interesting? Do tell me why.
Because there's a reservation that's called Sandia Reservation.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like a Native American reservation? Is it there or is it closer to where you live?
If Adolph's in the chat, he would know. He knows what I'm talking about. We were actually out there in that area.
Oh yeah.
Before I got hurt. I think that's yeah. But that's interesting. That caught my attention there.
Oh, it did.
It's up in the hills.
Someone told me to pull that up. Okay, like I'm just trying to figure out like why is the
Well, Alan would know also if he's in the chat. I hope they're still in the chat.
Oh. Okay, I'm keeping an eye out. Oh, Adolph says, what area again? Hold on. Max Life, Love, and Learning says, oh yeah, Jessica, did you hear about the 17 earthquakes around Area 51 in the last 2 days? Yes, I've heard about a bunch of earthquakes over there. they're probably not natural. That's just
Yeah,
my opinion.
yeah,
I don't think so.
yeah.
Okay,
There's some project going on there.
probably not natural. Probably a natural weapon. Okay,
Yeah.
but Adolf says, "What area again?" Okay, let's pull. Should I pull this up one more time? Okay, let's pull this map up. It says the Sandia National Laboratory, Adolf. Sandia. Now it looks like there's Sandia National Laboratory. There's two of them. There's one in Middle California, and there's one over in what is that? New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Yeah. So wait, is New Mexico where Area 51 is?
No, that's
That,
that's where White Sands and
okay.
all that area, all that stuff. Dulce, New Mexico.
Dulce. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be doing a show next Thursday night with Jimmy Payne, my friend who's a former MIB, is what he says. And I believe him. And so Jimmy is, he's coming on. His best friend was Phil Schneider. One of his best friends,
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's for real. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
His friend was Phil Schneider. And unfortunately, Phil was exposing, he was a whistleblower about the
Right.
Dulce human animal hybrid experiments, the Chimera, the alien human hybrid things.
The alien war underground.
Yes. He had his hand shot off, like his fingers and stuff.
Yep.
Okay. So we're talking about that next Thursday. Y'all come back and see me on next Thursday. We actually were going to do it last Thursday and I had to postpone it because I just been too busy to like study on that one. Okay. Let's see. I'll look at the comments. This is for entertainment purposes only. Thank you.
Yes.
I have to be reminded occasionally. Okay. And I can't see my contacts are fuzzy tonight. Okay. Right now the waterfalls are ripping loud. Oh gosh.
Is that a reference to the area I'm talking about, Alan?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Adolf said what area, and I don't think he's written back since then. I don't know. Let me look. No, he hasn't written back since then.
Okay.
But yeah, it could be the waterfalls could also be from the earthquakes. Just saying. Why would there be so many earthquakes around that area? That's weird. That's weird.
Area 51.
Yeah. Okay. Adolf says Livermore is just south of Fresno.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the area that you're referring to? With
No, I'm referring to the name Adolf Sandia. It reminds me of that. I believe it's the Sandia Rancheria Reservation.
Alan says Sandia in Livermore.
Oh, okay. It's in Livermore.
Sangria, that's something you drink, I think. But it's Sandia, right? Sandia.
I just made a connection with that reservation that's up north where we're Sandia Reservation.
Oh man, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's really cool. Well, I don't know. Okay, so I just wanted to listen. I'm not saying there's a connection, but considering that those labs are so far north of you, something I find really interesting too is there's like 4 of them up there around the same area, which I find odd in California. Look at that. There's 4. Lawrence, SLAC, and Lawrence, Livermore, and Sandia. Like, that's wild. Why would they have 4 of those Department of Energies right there beside each other?
Yeah.
It's a good question, I think. And there's probably more, I've been told there's some other of these like large ion colliders in places where there's not a Department of Energy building.
You know what'd be interesting if we had a map of the ley lines if they overlap.
Ooh, ask and you shall receive.
Oh.
Here we go.
That was fast.
That was fast. I'm fast like that. Listen, I keep this one on the ready. And as a matter of fact, where is that? There's a cluster of them down below San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is wild. Now that is very far south of you, but it's right there right on the border of Mexico and California right there, right below Los Angeles and San Diego and near Tucson right there. I mean, that is wild.
Yep.
Santa Barbara. Yeah. I see Fresno right there on the map.
Right. We're right in the middle.
Yeah.
And then by San Francisco, which looks like the other, you were on the other map. It was like the San Francisco area.
You know what? I'm kind of zooming in, and I can see that Fresno. I mean, just south, in between Fresno and Bakersfield, which is probably a long way. Uh, Above you, so above Fresno, north between Fresno and San Francisco, there's a overlapping ley line, and then right below Fresno, in between Fresno and Bakersfield, there's an overlapping ley line, two overlapping ley lines.
Yeah. And then that's where we get the Nevada Triangle.
Oh, the Nevada Triangle. Could you tell the audience about the Nevada the triangle? Because I think we talked about that before, right?
Yeah, I was trying to do some more research on it. Well, I know that a lot of planes just like go down near the foothills, near these national parks. A lot of planes have gone down, and they talk about the Nevada Triangle, and maybe that's why we have so many missing people also in our area in these national parks. It has to do with the Nevada Triangle, because one tip hits Area 51, and then we're at the bottom south. The bottom other point is where Fresno is kind of in the bottom corner, the south corner of that triangle.
Ooh.
So like the valleys, and then up north is like Yosemite, and up there is the other point.
Oh man. You know what I find interesting is that there are submarine bases in the middle of Nevada stuff. So
yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah.
A lot of strange things that you would not ever expect. And
I mean, I've heard that there's underground rivers from San Diego that they can go up to Nevada into a lake, that they're connected to lakes, into Yellowstone. I mean, all these other lakes that there's these underground rivers system. But that's what I've heard.
Alan says that there's also a lot of UFO sightings around that triangle.
Yeah, in that triangle. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I think the missing people cases, the missing persons cases, go hand in hand with the UFO sightings, the Bigfoot sightings map as well, the UFO sightings map, and there's just some sort of a connection, I think. So maybe not. There's definitely an ET connection, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's always an ET connection. The head of my research team always said, all roads lead back to ET. And I can't disagree with that, Javier.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about, we're talking about that self-illuminated eye glow that we experienced up in Uwharrie in North Carolina. Some of the guys on the team, especially David Pardue, he's been a Bigfooter for decades. He's been doing this for a long time. He's been researching the same area for decades. And he says that that self-illuminated eye glow didn't really start until about 2012. And he says that it's not natural. Like, according to his, from what he knows, it kind of just showed up, and he feels like there could be an ET connection to that. Or maybe they're not natural Bigfoots, like with the eye shine. Like, it's something.
Could be hybrids.
Hybrids, that's right.
It could be a hybrid Bigfoot, a hybrid Dogman now. I mean, you never know.
Mm-hmm. Anytime I bring this up, I either get laughed at, or how many people think, what about cyborgs?
Yeah.
I mean, and that would have an ET element to it, I think. But
yeah, who's to say that they don't abduct Bigfoot, they don't abduct Dogman, these aliens, and create a hybrid, and then just drop them back down here, and there you go.
Well, shoot, humans are cyborgs now. Yep. Entertainment purposes only. Humans are being classified as Homo borgenis or something like that. I can't remember if that's the right term.
The heck?
Yeah, from all of the transhumanist stuff, like the.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, why wouldn't cryptids be the same?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's. I know there's been an uptick in this area a little bit, and then a lot of weird stuff. Like I was telling you, like I was feeling like we were getting attacked, like spiritually, and I was feeling that for the last couple of months. And it's just some feeling that I'm getting right now.
Mhm.
It's an uptick.
Spiritual warfare is at an all-time high right now.
Yeah.
And I would have to agree with that. I mean, I know a lot of people who have been under massive energetic attack and strange things happening right now. And you can even associate that with all these missing scientists and
That's another thing. Yeah.
people who are part of the disclosure community as well that are passing away, and it feels like droves. I mean, I've had so many of my very close friends pass away recently.
Yeah.
And two of some of my closest friends just passed away over the past few months. And I'm not saying that it has anything to do any kind of funny business, but I don't know. I have my questions. Okay, I have my questions.
Yeah.
But
I've been noticing all that, the scientists and all that going on. I've been hearing about that. That's but it's not just this year. I guess it's been going on for past years too, right?
mm-hmm. Yes.
They're just starting to link them together, I guess.
Yes. I think so. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of debate on that.
Oh, okay.
Like, are these people really going missing, or are they being taken somewhere, like all these missing 411 people? Or, sometimes they say that if you watch the patterns, they're saying, well, it's a lot of scientists, a lot of people with German backgrounds and different backgrounds are going missing. And so are they being taken somewhere and put into like a program, or being made to work somewhere, or off planet, or I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's crazy. But we are there. We are in a shift, and humanity is at an interesting point to where there's so much disclosure going on. We're getting a lot of disclosure dumps, as I like to call it, and those of us that hold some of this knowledge, that have had a lot of experiences and have firsthand encounters, we're I'm not saying we're targeted by any means, but I'm saying like there's more of an uptick in suppression right now of the information and stuff. So we could be at risk, and it's not just the machine, like they whoever's in charge, the I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but it's just dare I say, like secret societies and stuff. I don't know. I don't know who it is. I'm just over here minding my own business, and I get hit with stuff all the time. So yeah, we just got to be careful. And you know what? And I've come to the place in my life where, like, I love what I do, and I'm in it for the long haul. You know what I mean? So I'm going to keep talking as long as I can about whatever I know, and sharing my information with the world and my experiences. And I've been called to do this. I didn't do it because I wanted to do it. I was going to stay silent. I never meant to talk about this publicly, Javier. I mean, the stuff that we experience is so weird.
Yeah. And me neither. Like I said, it was just something pushed me to do it, and look what happened.
Something pushed us to do this stuff, and it is a calling, right? It is kind of a calling, and not everybody wants to talk about the things that we talk about, because it is kind of odd, and it can be embarrassing to some people. I got a thick skin over the past few years, and I don't care what anybody thinks anymore.
Yeah, and that's the same with me. I don't care.
I could listen. We've got our friend. Look, we're friends, Javier. Listen, if I got an issue, I can call and bellyache to any of my friends about it, and we're all in the same boat. Okay. Not that I don't call them bellyache to people, y'all. Okay, but sometimes I will. Yeah. So, but at least we're all here together. I feel like these shows that we do are like, what do you call it? Like a support group.
Yeah. Yep.
And you actually go out in the field with like your family and your friends and stuff, and so you guys you have a good network.
Yeah, right? We have a good network, and it's positive, and nothing negative, so we're good.
Oh my gosh. Alan says, I'm going to be talking God and demon possessed tomorrow if I can. Alan, y'all need to go to Squatch Zone and subscribe. Okay.
Yeah.
For sure. And Alan, I would love to have you back on my show sometime too, to talk about forest ninjas. That was so fun.
Yep.
That was so fun. Man, we always have a great time. And I don't know. It's a blessing to be able to share our experiences with everybody. And for you to come on my show and share everything, I mean, that you've experienced. I mean, I'll never forget. One of my favorite pieces of evidence I've ever seen is that Dogman climbing a fence.
Oh yeah. I actually shared that on a short. I just recently made a short on it. A short on YouTube.
Oh, I saw it.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh,
I
okay.
did. Well, you sent me that picture. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I still have your picture, but I know you sent it. We showed it on. I think we showed it on the show.
Yeah, we did.
When the last time you came on, that is fantastic.
Yeah, and actually, that area has been. I haven't heard anything from that area. No, I have not heard anything.
Did you? That's right. We never disclosed like exactly where that was and stuff, but yeah. was that a business, wasn't it, or some kind of a facility?
It was a facility.
A facility. Yeah. Let's call it a facility.
Yeah, it was a facility.
Like barbed wire and stuff. It was like a fence with. Did I have?
Yeah, I had climbed the chain link fence, and it was in the picture. You'll see it where it's at the top is where the barbed wire is, and it's all the way to the top. And I had climbed the fence, but I don't think a regular dog can do that. But anyways, that to me, I know what that is. It's either a SW or it's a Dogman, a DM. Especially in that area where it was seen. And then there was other 2 accounts. Let me see. There was 2 more accounts that came from that area around that same time. So for sure there was an uptick in that area during that time. I believe it was I want to say 2 or 3 years ago, but I haven't heard anything since.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Here's the debate right now. Dogman versus Werewolf. Okay. And the S Walker too. I'm feeling like what did Nick send me? I don't know where I can't pull my phone out right now. But okay, so Nick Sylvester had sent me some kind of statistics.
Okay.
And it said, I want to say that he said that there currently, is it 20 something thousand or 70 something thousand? I hate that I can't pull this up right now, but it was some kind of astronomical number. He said there was like 23,000 or 73,000. Golly, I wish I knew. Dogmen, and then there was like almost the exact same amount of documented werewolves in the United States right now. Like it's almost like the government or some kind of agency is got full control over watching the numbers of these creatures in the United States.
And where did he get that?
I don't know. That's a good question. I didn't even ask. I think it might have been from that whole. See, I think that he gets some of his information from that whole like Victor thing, that Jeff Nadolny's channel, I think, and maybe that's where he got some of that information from, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But he had like a finite number that he sent me the other day, and I was like, whoa. I mean, it was tens of thousands of werewolves and dogmen that are being tracked in our country right now. So I don't know.
That's another. How are they tracking these things? It's like.
Yeah. Well, the same way they're tracking us, they probably just give them a cell phone.
The free one?
They're giving them a free phone. That's right. They're giving them a free cell phone and some gift cards.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. They got their little vest with their cell phones in it, and it's like bulletproof. With some pizza gift cards and, whatever, and a tracking device. That's what they're doing.
Maybe that's what those spheres are tracking.
All the dogmen get tracking devices on their cell phones. Yes. I don't know. That's really silly.
Those spheres are tracking them. Those orbs are tracking them.
Yeah. They're getting tracked. I mean, listen, we are tracked worse than the dogmen are, y'all. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We are. That's funny. Sorry. I know. I'm trying. I hate to make light of this stuff, but if we're not laughing, we're crying. Okay. So Larry Luttrell, I need to talk to you sometime. That'd be great. You need to come on my show too. Everybody that's seen Dogman and stuff, y'all come on my show. Okay, hit me up. Paul Keaton Music, I wanted to thank you for gifting that membership to the Hunt Club. Thank you so much for that. And PDDHC, thank you so much. It says, hi, I just won my second case in relaxing. You must be an attorney. What is that? So congratulations on winning your second case. I don't know what kind of case you won, but congratulations. Okay. And cheers. Okay. Thank you for that super sticker. So much appreciate you. We have another question real quick. Mitch Sandman says, Jessica, have you been to the Meadow? That's one of my research areas. So yes, I'm part of the Meadow team. I have been for a long time. And I hadn't been there in a little while, but yes, I know the Meadow very well. I actually heard my own voice scream out time travel one night out at the Meadow, and amongst a lot of other stuff that's happened to me out there. So thank you for that question. That's another one of those spots. It's like there's so much activity. It's like the dimensions are overlapping and there's ley lines. I don't know what it is. But we have the whole gamut of paranormal, supernatural, cryptid activity out there.
Yeah.
Kind of like out there at Fresno.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's just very active.
Have you ever heard your own voice out there calling your name or anything?
No, I have not experienced that. One at the Pictograph Mountain, it was me, Alan, and Adolf. We went out there early in the morning. It was still dark, and we actually had owls surrounding us. Well, we think they were owls because they were following right in front of us, and all of a sudden they're behind us in the orchard. They were like around us. They were like just around us. That was pretty interesting.
The owls. Oh man, we had so many owls. The first time that I ever went out to the LBL, I was only there for one night. The first time I went, and I was with Barton Nunley and Letitia and Anna and War Criminals in the chat, and Tiffany. We had a big old crew with us, and we got out there and we were walking down this field, and I've never heard so many owls in my entire life. It was weird. It was uncanny. It was just kind of fun. But lots of owls like that.
Yeah, and I don't know if they were actually owls or they were mimicking owls. Is what I was thinking.
The mimics, the 800-pound owls, 900-pound owls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were because it was answering. They were answering each other back and forth, but they were surrounding. They were like around us. But we knew there was multiple ones. Whatever it was, I didn't see anything. I didn't hear any like wings flapping around us, or like you could hear them, right? But no, I mean, I didn't hear nothing. It was just they were around us. Just so it was kind of weird.
Oh my gosh, that is weird. Oh my gosh. Carrie Lynn, I just saw the other. Thank you for giving all these super stickers. I appreciate that. She says, yes, I am an ADA. That's probably an assistant district attorney, I think. So you are an attorney, and thank you so much for all your support tonight. That is so sweet. My name is Carol Lynn. Carrie Lynn, and I cannot change my name. It is so funny. Okay, thank you so much, Carrie Lynn. I appreciate you so much. That is so sweet. Congratulations. Have a drink of wine or something for me. Toast to you tonight, and cheers. Thank you so much for that. That's so great. And if I ever need an attorney, I'm gonna holler at you. Okay, because I probably will. But yeah, we've got. Oh, I'm seeing all these comments about the being chipped, microchipped. I mean, all that kind of stuff with Dogman, and they are very much on the like a sphere network of this surveillance, kind of like the Dogmen are just like we are at this point. So we can't escape it, y'all. I don't know. We could all go live off grid somewhere, go underground. But chances are we're not. We're all going to still have a cell phone in our back pocket Okay. And a smartwatch and whatever else is smart, or cars. You know, they say, like, I am so glad that I drive an old truck right now.
Yeah.
Have you heard about all this? Like, even with like the new trucks and cars that are coming out, they're actually, they have the switches in them that could just deactivate your vehicle
Yeah.
the drop of a dime. And we have no control. You know, you have a newer car like that, you have no control over it, really.
They can unlock it remotely. They can lock it remotely. They can shut your engine off remotely, whatever. Yeah.
Yes. Well, you know, and you got to be careful with all that. Like, I kind of knew that back when I got this older, I have an older truck at this point. Okay. Because, you know, I don't want to get driven off the side of a bridge.
Yeah.
Without any control over my vehicle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's stuff to think about, y'all. I'm just saying. And I'm having a drink. Thank you, PDDHC. What? Hold on. Carrie Lynn, thank you. Cheers to you. I know I'm psychic, you know, so I knew you were. Okay. Thank you again for that. Yeah, you know, you would think with all the surveillance that we have going on right now too, that like we'd have more evidence and pictures of these creatures, right? Because like nothing can hide from the camera at this point.
Yeah. And then, but then again, you know, the electronics act funny around these creatures, so you can never get that clear shot. Nowadays, I mean, if you have the clear shot, you don't know if it's you're suspecting it's AI, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. PDD, Carrie Lynn, thank you so much for that. Carrie Lynn, thank you. That is so sweet of you. Another super sticker. You're so sweet. You're gorgeous. No, you're gorgeous. You're gorgeous, Carrie Lynn. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, that is so sweet. I appreciate your support. Yeah, you know, like I'd mentioned about my night vision would not focus. I don't know if I said this, but my night vision would not focus. When we were getting that ambush at the LBL, my night vision, the battery kept draining prematurely, and it would not focus.
Yeah.
It would not focus for anything. In the most harrowing moments, it would not focus. Yeah. But you know, I look back now too, and I'm like, well, it probably wouldn't focus because it couldn't focus because it seemed like there were a whole bunch of things running around and stuff. And it just, I don't know. It was almost like it was like foggy, and it couldn't focus on the fog, but there was no fog.
Huh.
So yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
It is. It is.
But that's pretty cool at the same time, though. You got to experience that.
I know. It was almost like put your equipment away. We're giving you this amazing experience. Put your equipment down. It's not going to work anyways.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's cool.
It was cool. It was.
In that area, is there a lot of courts or anything like that? Like,
there's always courts. There's always courts. Well, you know, the LBL is actually a place that's.
Oh, it's the LBL. Okay, it was the LBL.
It was the LBL, and that's a place that some say is cursed.
Yeah.
So there's courts. Yes, there's lots of courts out there. Lots of natural minerals, rocks. There's this really beautiful rock that I had never seen before that was blue. It almost looked like lapis or something, but it was blue. And I know Barton showed me a piece. There was a piece by the fire one night, and he showed me the piece, and it was just absolutely beautiful. But they were like, you can't take this with you, because they know I like to take rocks. Like, you can't take anything, any kind of rock or anything like that. You're not supposed to take it off the property. So I left it there, y'all. I left it there. At least I think it did. It might have. Yeah, I left it there.
And there's a huge lake there, right? There's a bunch of lakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's called, well, it used to be called the Land Between the Rivers, and then they dammed it up. It's a man-made lake. Those are man-made lakes.
Oh, okay.
And so I don't know about your area, but we have a lot of man-made lakes around here in the South. And and there's a lot of cryptid activity there. There's a cover-up, in my opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. You know, Indian burial mounds underneath these lakes. There's ancient Egyptian temples under these lakes. All sorts of things that are being hidden from us, which could attribute to the cryptid activity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I guarantee you there's some over there in those national parks.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There probably is. There's a reason why they don't want you to fly drones in the national parks.
Oh, you can't have drones in national parks?
Not in our area.
Oh, uh-oh. Well, I don't have a drone, so it doesn't matter for me, but I know people that have flown a drone in a national park before.
Yeah, we're not supposed to have. We're not
Really?
supposed to fly them in the national parks.
Man, Carrie Lynn, thank you again for the super sticker. I'm half Asian and Irish. Well, I'll be. That's amazing. Thank you so much for your support. You're so sweet. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that you wanted to
Does
post
Barry
today.
go out with you guys at all?
Does who? Barry?
Yeah, Barry.
Barry lives in the Midwest, so
Oh, he does. Oh, okay.
I've gotten to hang out with Barry twice, and that was at conferences that we both spoke at.
Oh, okay.
So no, Barry wouldn't get in a tent anyway. Okay, he would not. There's no way Barry would never. He would never go camping with me.
Okay.
I am too dangerous for him. I take way too many risks. Okay.
Yeah,
and,
Barry's a good guy. Barry's a good guy. I enjoy it when he's on. Yeah.
He is. Thank you. No, you know what? That's a cool thing too. Is like, there's a place for all the different types of researchers in these fields, and I'm a boots on the. You and I are boots on the ground. We get the real time experiences and stuff. But then I can come back, sit down with Barry, and he's got a lot of the research that he's done from studying this stuff, and he's got his own experiences, but he's more of like the book smart side.
Yeah.
But I mean, like he's got the long time research under his belt, and I've got like a lot of the boots on the ground research with the cryptid. So it makes a wonderful combination for us to come together and share what we know with the world and kind of connect these dots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. You have he's like a reference for you, or vice versa.
It is. Yeah. It is, but I'm glad that you did address the spiritual aspect of this and like the almost like a spiritual warfare aspect that we're all experiencing right now.
Yeah.
And I know some people think that we're at the end times, Javier. What do you think?
It seems like it, honestly, but I don't know. But it does seem like we are. If you read the Bible, yeah.
Oh my gosh. It does. Oh my gosh. These questions. No.
What's your next trip?
That super sticker. So I do have some trips planned, but it's kind of, I don't ever give my trips away before I go. So so the public will hear about, I'll tell you after we finish the show today. Okay. Okay. But I do have some trips planned, okay, and some research stuff. But I'm taking a little hiatus right now because I've been traveling so much lately. But yeah, I mean, I plan to go back to a lot of these different research areas. I want to go back to the LBL. I do have one trip planned back to the LBL actually, and I'll be going there. I'll be going there soon. So. Not super soon, but I'm going to be going back there. And I mean, I would go there anytime.
Yeah.
But
is that pretty far from you?
It's about 5 hours. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
About a 5-hour drive. Yeah. But yeah, what do you have on your agenda? Are you guys going to get back out as soon as everybody gets healed up?
Yeah, as soon as we get all healed up, get back out there and start getting more experiences. See if we can capture stuff and photos and just go and check out our hotspot areas and see how it's going. I'm itching to get out there, get a feel for it again.
That we have,
and also explore the new areas. That we get emailed. About their encounters. I want to go check those areas out and just get back out there.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah,
excellent. Well, this has been a fantastic show tonight, by the way, and I have thoroughly enjoyed this, Javier.
I'm sorry I didn't have it much more.
Oh no, that was you had plenty. Listen, I mean, it's I know that when you're out there, boots on the ground, you guys have a lot of experiences, but it's just wonderful that people trust you guys to send in their encounters to y'all, and I can really appreciate that you're a wonderful resource for people who are having encounters out there. And you do look into it. You are a trusted source when it comes to the research and to the investigations out there. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just blessed and happy that you're sharing it with us and me over here on the channel.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah.
We also want to start getting back into, like, me and Jesus, like a podcast style like this. Start talking, having a show maybe once a week, but we'll see. As soon as we get healed up, like I said, get that taken care of first, and maybe we'll do that. Maybe have you on as a guest.
Oh my God. Yes. I will come on anytime. I'll be your first, second, third guest, whatever you need. Okay. And I would love that. Absolutely. Yeah. William Nighthawk. What's up, William? He wants to know, where is Cryptid559 at? Where are you located?
I'm located near Fresno, California. It's a small community called Reedley, California. So we're just close to Fresno, California. Central Valley.
Central Valley. Oh my God. I got to come out there sometime and and do some investigations with y'all. That would be so fun. And then take a trip up north and go see Bigfoot Dwarf as well.
There you go.
Some of y'all other folks out there in Cali. Yeah. The weather's always nice out there, isn't it?
Yeah. Except for in the summer, it gets pretty hot here, over in the hundreds.
Oh, yeah.
109, 110 last year. So, but that's the pterodactyl time.
The pterodactyl time. Oh my God. So they do actually come out more when it's really hot.
Yeah, that's when we tend to hear more about the encounters in the summer. The hotter, the better. Yeah, along the Kings River. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's good to know. It's good to take note of that.
Yeah.
Because they're reptiles.
Mm-hmm.
Flying reptiles. Carrie Ann, thank you so much. She says, I get massive downloads during your show, Jess. Always have since the very first time I found you. Thank you. I get downloads too, girl. And that's the purpose, I think, of some of these shows. Get some downloads to awaken everybody. Okay, it's time to wake up, y'all. Most of this audience is already awake, but thank you for recognizing that. I appreciate it. Yeah, Javier, thank you so much for being here tonight. And I was wondering if you would like to tell the audience, like, where they could find you, tell them about your YouTube channel and your email address, anything you'd like to tell the audience about.
So we have our YouTube channel called Cryptid559, and also we're on Facebook. Just look for our logo, and it's Cryptid559, but in Roman numerals. But just look for our logo, send me a friend request, and then we'll go from there. We'll get you guys in. I post, sometimes I go and do a live video there on Facebook every once in a while when I'm out. Just a quick video. If I get a tip of a encounter and I'm in the area, I'll just stop by real quick, do a video or talk about something else. But I also post photos on there. So yeah, if you guys want to follow us on Facebook there. And then our email is cryptid559@gmail.com. If you're in our area or wherever you are and you want to share a story, feel free to email us. I would love to hear your encounters. We never give out your information. Also, we won't give out your information without your consent. So
it's anonymous, y'all.
Anonymous, yeah.
Anonymous.
And especially if you're in our area, please reach out to us if you want to talk about your encounter. That way, we would like to know the area so we can go out and explore that area.
Oh yeah, you guys should have a town hall like I just had last weekend. I had a Bigfoot town hall over in my area of West Georgia, and there were wonderful people that showed up for that. Oh my gosh, I've actually been in contact with several of those people that showed up that were locals. And
cool.
it was interesting because I guess they saw the ads and stuff like on in the newspaper and online and through some of the shows, I guess.
Okay.
They just showed up and it was amazing.
Yeah, I'm jealous of you guys. I'm jealous of you guys. You guys have all those awesome conferences over there in the Midwest and East Coast.
But you know what? But that's because I did that though. And you can do it too. It's really easy. It's like, I actually just rented out a little pavilion at a little county park we have. And in this place called Whitesburg. It's out in the middle of nowhere. But it's a place where there's a lot of Bigfoot sightings. And just rent out a pavilion and just put out some flyers, go around town invite people and stuff. And I mean, it turned out to be a great event. And,
Good.
and I have some new Bigfooting friends now.
Good.
I recommend y'all do that.
Yeah.
Do it at the library. Do it anywhere.
Yeah. So hopefully, as soon as we get healed up, I would like to do that. I've been thinking about it, so we'll see.
Heck yeah. Well, I'll help you. I'll give you some pro tips and give you some leads or something if you need it. Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yes, I think that we all should do that. I think it's wonderful, and I think that anyone who is interested in the cryptids and have had an experience, do your own Bigfoot town hall where you live. You know, do it at you can do it at a library. You can do it wherever, and just to get to know I love like-minded people. And people that just have an interest in Bigfoot, Dogman, whatever. And you might make some lifelong friends. Okay, you just might. So, but anyways, I know I'm happy to call you a friend, Javier. And so,
Likewise.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so, yeah, thank you so much for being here tonight. And y'all, please go over to Cryptid559. Go subscribe right now. Okay, on their YouTube channel. There's a link in the description box. If you're not watching this live right now, go to the description box and you'll find the link to their website or to their YouTube channel. And go subscribe, y'all. Okay. Well, Javier, do you have any final thoughts or any kind of advice to give to the audience tonight if they are coming out to your area, to Fresno, or even if they just are interested in doing cryptid research?
Just be aware that if you're gonna find what you're looking for, just be aware that make sure that you're mentally and ready. I mean, I don't know if you're always going to be ready, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm trying to tell you is you're going to see stuff, and I don't want you to get scared to where you're not going to do it anymore. You know what I mean? It's like if you're going to be doing this, you're gonna end up seeing stuff, and you're going to experience stuff. Just be mentally that you're ready to accept it, and stay prayered up, because a lot of this stuff could be evil, could be demonic, could be bad. So, yeah, keep your prayers up, and I always pray when we go out to these areas, protection, because sometimes you get that sense that it's bad. It's not always good.
Yeah, it is. It can be a little hairy out there.
Yeah, and don't go alone. I suggest, I'm telling you, do not go alone. Don't ever go alone.
Yeah. Don't ever go alone. That's great advice. That's some of the best advice. And there kind of an uptick right now. And I think it's going to continue to be an uptick in sightings of things that are very strange and unfamiliar to the normies, especially. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But even as seasoned researchers, it is jarring, and it can be kind of scary to see something that's not supposed to exist, no matter what it is. No matter how many times you experience this stuff, it's still kind of shocking to see these things. Okay. Yeah. So be prepared, y'all. If you go out looking for something, you're probably going to find it.
And yes, when I saw my Dogman, I never thought they existed. I thought it was in the movies, werewolves in the movies. But when I saw my Dogman, that just opened my mind. Like, that just told me that there's other things that they do exist. They do exist. Monsters, well, they call them monsters, but they do exist, and just be careful when you're out there.
Mm-hmm. They exist. They live.
Yeah, they live.
They live. 100. They live. Yeah.
I haven't seen Frankenstein yet, but we'll see.
Oh my God. They live. Yes. Just get you a pair of Ray-Bans. Put them on.
Yeah.
That's right. I like to put them on. Look, yeah. It's wild. Yeah, we do live in a really strange world right now. But I'm here for it. I'm having fun. Like I always say, it's actually fun. So yeah, but we're out there chasing monsters, so y'all don't have to. Okay. I like to always leave the audience with that. And yeah, you guys, I wanted to thank everybody so much from the bottom of my heart for being here, spending your Saturday night with us over here on the channel. I've had a blast tonight, and And I want to thank everybody, all my moderators, first of all. Thank y'all so much for being here. I do appreciate y'all. And let's see. Oh, let's see. PDDHC. You're so sweet. Thank you so much for those super stickers. That was so generous of you tonight and so kind. I appreciate you. I want to thank you for the super stickers and all your support tonight. Bobby Singleton, thank you so much for gifting 5 Cryptid Hunters memberships tonight to the audience. And Paul Keenan Music, thank you for gifting a membership to the audience tonight. And PDDHC, thank you again for all those super stickers. You're so sweet. I appreciate you very much. Okay, let me take that down. All right. Well, y'all, please go over to Cryptid559. Go subscribe. And I guess I will see you guys back here on Monday. And so please be safe. Enjoy the full. Is it a full moon tonight? I think it is.
I think so.
That's why I keep feeling like I need to go howl at the moon. All right. All y'all weirdos, go out there and get naked and howl at the moon tonight. I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, Javier, thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time. Come back and see me again soon, okay?
I will.
Okay, awesome. All right, y'all. Well, everybody, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Have a great night. Stay safe out there. Don't live in fear, okay? Just live in awareness. Everybody have a great night. Bye, y'all.